Hello, welcome to today's class. We're going to be solving for x in this particular question. So let's write down our solution. So we have x cubed minus x squared minus 100 equal 0. So this is what we have. So firstly, we would like to represent this in such a way that it will be easier for us to solve. So let's let our 100 to be 125 minus 25, because when we subtract 25 from this, we're going to have 100. So let's substitute this here such that we are going to now have x cubed minus x squared minus our 100 is 125 minus 25 equal 0. So we are letting our 100 to be this. So since this is what we are doing, so now let's open up this bracket. So we're going to have x cubed minus x squared minus 125 plus 25 equals 0. So this is what we'll have. So but let's simplify our 125. 125 is the same thing as 5 cubed. Then 25 is the same thing as 5 squared. So we have equals 0. So let's try and see if we can actually bring the ones with cube in the same place and the one with squares in the same place. So we have x cubed minus 5 cubed. So now we now have minus x squared plus 5 squared equals 0. So if this is what we have, let's try and group this so that we can have it as s cubed minus 5 cubed. This is what we have. And here we can also write it as, because we want to group it in such a way that we will have difference of 3 square and also we'll have difference of 2 square. So factoring out minus from here, we're going to have x squared minus 5 squared equal 0. So if this is what we have, because when we multiply this, we are going to have this multiply minus times minus 5 square is going to be positive 5 square. So it's still the same thing. So if this is what we have, let's decide now to remember our difference of 3 squares and difference of 2 squares. Our difference of 3 squares, we have a cubed minus b cubed is the same thing as a minus b, and into the bracket of a squared plus b squared plus ab. And our difference of 2 squared is a squared minus b squared is giving us a minus b and what? A plus b. So now remembering these two, difference of 3 square as this and difference of 2 square. So let's apply it here because we have difference of 3 square and difference of 2 square. So applying it, so now we'll now have it as x minus 5. That's we are trying to do for the 3 squares first. It's going to be x minus 5 into x squared plus 5 squared plus x times 5. So this is what we have. So we now have minus, we have, so for difference of 2 square minus, so it should be into the bracket of 4. This is going to be x minus b and x plus b. That's for difference of three squares, two square. But sorry, remember that our b in this case is 5, so it will be 5. So it will be x minus 5 into x plus 5. So if this is what we have, so all equal 0. So all is equal to 0. So now this is it for difference of 3 square minus difference for 2 squares. So but what is common between this for 3 square and for 2 square? We can see that we can factor x minus 5 such that all this will be into the bracket of, we have x squared plus 5 squared plus 5x into, we have actually factored out this x minus 5, so we are going to be left with minus x plus 5, all equals 0. All equals 0. This is what we have. Let's see this now. So we have x minus 5, all is outside of our bracket that we factored out. And now let's simplify this. This is going to be x squared plus 25 plus 5x minus x, because this minus affects all that is in this bracket, minus x minus 5 equals 0. So if this is what we have, so now simplifying further, so we are going to have x minus 5 into x squared. 25 minus 5 is going to be plus 20. 5x minus x is going to be plus 4x equal 0. So this is what we have here now. So this is what we have. So this is what we have. So now that implies x minus 5 is going to be 0 for this particular one. Then for this other side, x squared plus 20 plus 4x equals 0. We can rewrite this as x squared plus 4x plus 20 equals 0. So this is what we are having. So now see, we can apply the formula here such that our a is equals to 1, our b is equals to 4, our c is equal 20. So applying the formula, since we have our data, our x is going to be minus b plus or negative the root of e squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. This is what we are having. Substituting our value now, we're going to have x equal minus 4 plus or negative the root of b is still 4 squared minus 4 times, what's our a? 1 times, what's our c? Our c is 20, all divided by 2 times 1. So this is what we have. So seeing this is what we have. So now let's simplify this, since we have substituted all our values in the formula. So let's simplify and see. So simplifying now, we have our x equal minus 4 plus or negative root of 4 squared is 16 minus, so it's 16 minus 4 times 20 is going to give us 80. All divided by 2 times 1 is going to be 2. So this is plus or negative. So now our x is going to be minus 4 plus or negative square root of 16 minus 80 is going to give us minus 64, all divided by 2. And if this is what we have, x is equal to minus 4 plus or negative, this can be written as root of minus 1 times the root of 64, all divided by 2. So if this is what we have, this is what we have. So now we can see that x equals to minus 4 plus or negative. Remember, root of minus root of minus 1 is I, and root of 64 is 8. Root of 64 is 8. So now all divide by 2. So if this is what we have, we can actually factor out 2 from here, so that we have, to factor out 2, we are going to be left with minus 2 plus or negative I 4I all over 2. And if this is what we have, x is going to be equal to 2 divide 2 minus 2 plus or negative 4I. So remember that initially in the other question we have x minus 5 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0, which implies x is equal to 5. And x equal minus 2 plus or negative 4I. That is, the solutions we have is x is equal 5, comma, we have our x as equal minus 2 plus 4I, and we have our x as minus 2 minus 4I. So we have 3 solutions to this particular question, 1 real solution and 2 complex solutions. So ensure you like and subscribe and comment on your observation. Thank you.